Hello guys, my name is Aditya Anand and today we'll be talking about question number 11 that we left yesterday. Yesterday we did up to question number 10. So let's get started with question number 11. See, for question number 11 I already told you we are skipping it yesterday because the code will be long, and I'm not just showing one method but these are multiple methods to do the same thing, and I've already written down the code because writing the code and explaining it to you again will take a longer time. So let's keep the video a little bit shorter than usual. So for that purpose I've already written the code, and I'll be explaining it to you. If you have any problem in understanding the code, so please comment down below. And see, you have to try this on your own. If you don't try this on your own, you will forget it. Okay, so after listening to whatever I have explained, you try on your own. If you feel any kind of difficulty or problem, if you're stuck somewhere, then refer back to this code and then try again. So let me just explain it to you what I have done here. Okay, so first the list should be sorted, right? I have created any random list. See, it is not sorted because 2 comes after 4, right? So once I have applied the sort method, it is sorted now, and see, you can see the sorted list. This is how we sort the list. Okay, we have already discussed in the basics. So this is how the sorted list looks. Now the first idea to find a duplicate can be, see, we'll scan this element and we'll check if it is equal to the next element. Okay, 0 is equal to 1. No, definitely no. That means 0 is not duplicated. Now we'll check this element and we'll check it with respect to the next one. We'll compare it to the next one. So 1 is equal to 2. Definitely no. So 1 is also not duplicated. Now we will check this with respect to the next one, right? So these two are equal, so this is the first duplicate element we have found. And there can be many other duplicate elements, but we are not checking those. We are just printing the first duplicate element. So this is what we have done here. Okay, to find the duplicate element for I in range, length of my list minus 1, because after we check this element with this element, okay, after we compare these two elements, and we have also got, just in case there was no 2 here, there was 3 here, so we would have checked for 4. Okay, and 4 is equal to 4, so would have printed the duplicate. Suppose this was not 4, this was 5. Okay, so we don't have any more number here, right? Any more number here to compare with, so we don't check up to the last element, we check up to the second last element. Okay, we iterate up to the second last element and we compare it with the next element. There is no next element for the last element, so we don't go up to length of my list, we go up to length of my list minus 1. Okay, we only iterate up to here and we check the next element. So this is how we are checking the element and the next element. The element will be at the index ith index, and the next element will be at the I plus 1th index, right? If these two are equal, then we print directly that the first duplicate is found. In this case, the first duplicate is found here, and we directly break it out. We don't check anymore. Okay, because we just need to return the first duplicate. So this was one approach to find duplicates. Let's talk about the missing numbers. Now there can be two ways to find a missing number. Okay, we can see, we can keep a variable j, right? If the list is already sorted, okay, if the list is sorted, then this should be 1, this should be yes, this should be 0, this should be 1, and this should be 2, this should be 3, and so on, right? So what we are doing is, which number is missing. So first let me just write here something. Okay, my, okay, I have to shift this above because we are finding the duplicate element first. Then what we can do is, see, here there are duplicates. We don't want duplicates when we are finding the missing number, right? So my list is assigned to list of set of my list. Now what this my list will print is a list of unique elements. So let me just print my list. Yes, so let me just print my list here. My list is not defined. Okay, we have to run the whole thing again because I was running this for the first time today. So now my list is 0, 1, 2, 4, right? So we have to find the missing number here. So it should be 0, it should be 1, it should be 2, and so on. It should be 3 and so on, right? So we didn't find a 3 at this position, so definitely 3 was missing. So that's what we did here, right? And if we consider if it was 3 here, we also found 3, then what we'll do is we don't have a 4 we don't have the element 4, because our list goes from, we have to find the missing number between 0 to 10, right? So 4 is also a missing number, so this takes care of that. Now let me explain it to you, this one. See, we have converted the my list into a set. So what this does is it converts a list into a set. A set contains only the unique values. So 0, 1, 2, 4. Now we don't want it to be set, we want it to be list, so we have typecasted it to list. A set has curly braces and a list has square brackets. Okay, so we printed my list, this was printed, right? And we have set a flag 0 because we only want to print just one missing number. Once the missing number is printed, we don't want it to print the second missing number. That's why we have used a flag variable. Okay, and j is assigned to 0. That means this position should hold 0, this position should hold 1. We are checking it that way. See, if my list of I, that is 0, is equal to the value of j, that is 0, then well and good, that number is not missing. So we'll just increment j by 1. We'll not go inside this if condition, we'll just increment j by 1 and we'll iterate again. When we are doing iteration again, then the value of j becomes 1, right? And we are checking my list of index I is also incremented, so my list of index I is 1, 1 is equal to 1. So we again don't go inside this if condition, because there is a not equal to condition, right? So we don't that does not satisfy the condition, so we are not going inside the if statement. Now again we'll increment and we'll make it 2. Again that time 2 is compared with j, that is 2, so it is not satisfying the if condition, so it will not go. Then j becomes 3 and my list of third index is 4, so that is not equal to j, right? So it goes inside this loop, inside this if condition, and it prints the first missing value as j. Okay, so that is the first missing value is 3. That means 3 is not found. In place of 3 there is 4 here. Suppose there was 3 here and that condition would also have been satisfied. So after that the for loop would have ended, because there are only 4 elements. Okay, now the value of j is 4, right? After incrementation the value of j will become 4. So 4 is less than equal to 10, yes, and the flag is 0. That means we have not printed any missing value till now, so we'll print the first missing value as 4. This is how it works. Okay, this may not be the most efficient algorithm. If you know some more better efficient algorithm, kindly comment down below. We are always open for discussions. So this is just to solve a particular question, a way to program a particular question. Okay, that is given here. So there can be another way to find a missing number, that is without actually looping. Without looping, what we can do is we can create a full list ranging from 0 to this 0 to 10, and we have our own list, right? When suppose if we convert this and this into sets, and if we do the set difference, I hope you understand what is the meaning of set difference. Set difference of, suppose if we write set difference of full list minus my list will be the elements that are present in full list but not present in my list. That is the set difference. The elements that are present in full list but not present in my list, that is the set difference. Okay, so and so let me just show you how we generated this full list. What we did is, see, we don't need to sort. Yeah, we can sort, there is no problem with it. So because sorting is allowed here. Okay, we did this. Even if we don't sort, it will work fine. So full list, we have initialized it to be empty. Then we are appending the value of 5. First the value of I was 0, so we just added 0, then 1, then 2, and so on, using this append function. Okay, we kept appending up to less than 11, that is 10, so we got a full list. Okay, and then we printed it. Now the result that we are storing is, let me just print the result once. Okay, is the set difference of full list minus my list. Okay, that is, this is how we calculate the set difference using this difference operator. Similarly, there are other operators like intersection or union between sets. We directly write intersection in all lower cases, and union also in all lower cases. And suppose we are talking about symmetric, sorry for the noise outside. It's if we are talking about symmetric difference, we write directly, so METRIC, symmetric underscore difference, EFFERENC, right? And whatever, suppose list 1, set 1 dot symmetric difference and set 2, so this performs the symmetric difference. Okay, we can write it that way. Now if I print this result, you will see the difference between this and this, all the elements that are present here but not present here. Okay, full list is not defined. I have not run this again. Okay, now the elements that are present in full list but not present in my list are these elements, right? It can be clearly seen. So if we want to just print the first missing number, then we can directly write result of 0. Now why we are doing this is, if we don't do this, see, set elements of the set cannot be accessed using an index. Okay, so we want our set to be converted to list so that we can access it using index, and we want the first the element of the 0th index, and we get the missing number as 3. So I hope you understand this. Now we'll be moving to question B, when the list is unsorted and we are also not allowed to sort the list. If we are allowed to sort the list, then we can directly do it this way, right? Even if the list is unsorted, we'll just use mylist.sort and we can sort the list, and we can do it as we have done above. But what if we are not allowed to sort the list? Then one way to do this is using the set difference, as we have already seen right above. So we are doing exactly here exactly the same. It can be done even without sorting, I already told you. So we are using the set difference, see here, set difference, and we are calculating, we are returning the result 0 value, and we are getting the value as 3. Okay, first missing value. Other way to do is, see, if other way to do is also, we'll assign, see, a full list. Let me print here the full list, print full list. So it will be a list of zeros, and there will be 11 zeros here. Okay, so this is how we create a list of zeros in Python. Okay, 0 list into 11, so we have 11 zeros here. Now each time we iterate through this my list. Okay, each time we find an element, suppose we have found at 0th index, that is the element is 0. Okay, so my list of 0th index, that is 0, the full list of 0th index will go to the full list of 0th index and will increment by 1. Why we are doing this is, we are just placing see, we have 0 here, so we'll write here 1. That means at 0th position we'll write 1, means we already have 0 in our my list. We have 2 here, so we'll 0 1 2 at 2 at index 2 will be just giving a value 1, saying that element 2 is also present. Similarly, for 1 we'll give here 1, for 4 again we'll give here 1, and for 2, it was already 1, so even if we assign it once more 1, we are not adding it, we are just assigning it here. See, so even if we assign it once more the value of 1, so it remains 1 only. And then what we'll be doing is we'll iterate through the list. We have just printed it here, nothing else. We'll iterate through the list and we'll check which value is 0. So we found the first value 0 at the third index, so the first missing number is 3. I hope you got the idea. If it sounds confusing, kindly reverse the video and try to listen to this once more. I hope you'll get the idea. If not, you are always free to comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. If you want more explanations, we can explain more about this. Okay, so mm, so suppose okay. Okay, so to print the duplicates, this was all about missing values when the list is unsorted. Now, to print the duplicates, what we can do is we can count. Okay, we can create a set like this. Okay, and then we can count the value of 0 in this set. So the value of 0, the count of 0 in this set will be only 1, as there is only 1 0. We can use the count operator. See, I guess we have already learned about the count operator, right? In the previous video maybe. Yes, so we can use the count operator and we'll get the value as 1. So if the value is greater than 1, then it means it is a duplicate value and we do not need to check more if we just got us duplicate value. Okay, so then we'll count 1 again from my set. Okay, we are iterating, see, we are iterating through my set. Then we'll count 1 and we'll find that 1 is occurring only once, so the count will be only 1. So again it will iterate and it will count the value, how many number of times 2 occur. Okay, so it is clearly seen that 2 occurs 2 times, so the count will be equal to 2, which is greater than 1, hence it will print a duplicate value as 2. As and we do not need to run this because we have already found the first duplicate value, and we break here because we don't need to run this again. So I hope this concept is clear to you. So if you have any doubts, comment down below, and thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, just hit the like and subscribe button and keep supporting, guys, and stay tuned. We'll be solving many other problems ahead.